Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. I want to talk about a soul tie. One of my viewers suggested doing a video on a soul tie or soul ties, which I've never heard of before. So I would just read from an article here, brides.com. It's from June of 2022. What is a soul tie and how is it different from a twin flame? Now, the only reason I'm talking about this is because I make videos about marriage to a woman from overseas, which is what I did. And a lot of people who are single have this idea that there's like only one person out there, some magical person, like a soulmate or this soul tie idea. And if you miss them, then you've missed out on marrying the person you're supposed to marry. So I don't agree with that. I've made some videos on that topic on Love Beyond the Sea. Please subscribe if you want marriage advice, which is rare these days for somebody married to a woman from the Philippines. So from this article, a relationship can develop in a myriad of ways. For some couples, connection slowly builds over time, growing deeper and more meaningful each day. For others, a strong, powerful bond can set in almost instantaneously and on occasion be a watershed moment in your own personal development. In today's world, there's a name for the latter, a soul tie. And by the way, please leave comments here if you are inclined about this. What is a soul tie? Definition of soul tie is an intense spiritual connection between two people that results in a mutual learning experience. I guess not necessarily, marriage. The concept of a soul tie has gained steam on TikTok and among the Gen Z population, who are increasingly looking outside the bounds of organized religion for answers to life's big questions. The human mind consciously and unconsciously strives for feelings of safety and meaning by gravitating towards constructs that give shape and perceived understanding, says relationship expert Megan Wex. Younger generations are turning to spiritual concepts to find that meaning in their lives. Relationship coach John Ryan DeOka feels this is especially true in the light of the pandemic. Socially, we're at a point of spiritual awakening. He says COVID has made us realize how connected we all are. So how do soul ties factor into the moment? Ahead, Wex and DeOka help us unravel this trending topic and offer sage advice on how to productively and safely explore a soul tie bond without inviting unnecessary pain and anguish. How does a soul tie compare to a twin flame and other kinds of love? Well, one of them views the term soul tie as an umbrella term for other trending relationship concepts. A soulmate is a kind of a soul tie, and a twin flame is a kind of soul tie, he explains, very clear. These are all spiritual agreements that we're going to meet in this world to do some kind of work, though we don't always know what that work is going to look like. This makes sense, they say. If the crux of a soul tie connection is that it provides a learning experience, then the connection can manifest in many different ways. A soul tie connection can be romantic or platonic, and it can last decades or weeks. It can be a person you encounter only once or someone you return to again and again throughout your life. As in twin flame and soulmate relationships, a soul tie bond can definitely be intensified through sex, but sex doesn't necessarily have to be a part of this equation. If you feel a deep connection with someone and their presence in your life has led you to new insight, then your connection with that person could be a soul tie connection. These relationships are here to cause growth. DeOka adds, any kind of soul tie is causing you to grow. Signs you found a soul tie? He says a soul tie connection may be good or bad, but the telltale sign that you found a soul tie is there is an unusual intensity felt between one or both parties involved. He says, in the healthiest soul tie connections, there is a sense of deep familiarity and profound comfort. In more toxic situations, you may find yourself drawn back to a person time and time again, despite not feeling entirely fulfilled by the relationship or it presenting obstacles to advancement in other areas of your life. Because both the good and the bad scenarios can present a learning experience, both can be considered soul tie connections. Negatives of a soul tie: It's important to be wary of any concept or feeling that leads you to disregard red flags in a relationship, or that can be easily used as an excuse to continue interacting with someone who does not bring a positive influence into your life. These kinds of spiritual labels can steer a person down a road toward toxic or emotionally harmful situations and cause them to remain in the situation for longer than necessary. Placing too much emphasis on a perceived soul tie connection can also lead to a heightened sense of disappointment if your relationship with that person comes to an end. When we believe someone was meant to be, the name of my book actually, in our lives, and then we lose them, this editorialization can cause tremendous pain. Wex adds. It's also important to remember that a soul tie bond can distract from work you should be doing on yourself. When we're too focused on someone else, we're running away from ourselves, he says. No matter how intense your perceived bond with another person may feel, it should never stand in place of personal fulfillment, he says, and it should not be used as a reason to inflate the importance of a more casual dalliance. While adopting spiritual practices can offer serenity and guidance, we need zero additional encouragement when it comes to making meaning out of hookup interactions, he says. Now, I'm going to run out of time if I finish the rest of this, but I don't know, I kind of get the feel that this is more of a self-centered thing. I'm always sensitive to that because when you're married, your focus has to be on your wife, if you're a man, and if they're not personally satisfying you in your ideas of what you thought the relationship would be like, then you have no right to just drop it to pursue your own goals and work on yourself, because that's selfish. Don't get married. When you get married, that changes everything. So apparently this soul tie that doesn't impress me. I could see a soulmate being someone where you feel tied down to for the rest of your life, which is probably a good thing, if you're good people towards each other. The soul tie here doesn't even have to be with a relationship, but I guess it could be. But it seems to me if you have a soul tie relationship and it doesn't work out, you just shrug your shoulders and say, well, that was meant to be. I've got to focus on myself and so on. And I think a lot of marriages break up that way. And so I don't like the idea of a soul tie. I don't believe in it. Don't like the idea of a soulmate. Don't believe in that either. You got to find somebody who is not perfect, and you have to make a commitment to them and work like heck to keep it together no matter what. So that's what you need to do, whether you just marry them on a whim or you've known them a long time or you think they're a soulmate or not. There could be thousands of people you could marry in this world, maybe way more than that. So my channel is about marriage to a Filipina, but you can use these ideas for any type of relationship, whether or not you're looking for love beyond the sea.